I think it might work. Okay. Watch live now. I'm getting hungry. Let's go to McDonald's, everybody. Let's go to McDonald's. Everybody up for McDonald's? Instead of messing around with this, let's go to McDonald's.
Pat, can you hear me at all? I can still hear you. Hey, QP.
I've lost everybody.
Apparently, me and Pat have no idea what to do with computers. I'm trying.
Oh, I lost a piece.
Shit. I know y'all can hear Pat, but I can't.
Okay.
Can't get him. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. All right. Let's see if Pat will answer.
What are we doing here?
If Pat will answer and come offline, I think we got it. Let's see, QP. Preliminal is in. Looks like there's a few others so far.
Come on.
Let me tell him I'm calling him.
Hello.
Hey, Pat, you ain't online yet. Let's see.
Glenn? Glenn, are you there? I just pressed on the link. I'm calling you. Go off your stream. Okay. Come on.
Okay. It looks like it's still trying to call him.
I can't get anything.
Okay, let me come back to my stream. Martha's in. So much fun with that.
Yeah. Okay, just wait, Glenn. I'm trying to get.
All right. Pat is gone from off of here for now. Apparently, in the old world, me and Pat had nothing to do with technology. All right. I got something. Pat, you on here? You on here? I can see you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let's see. Switch this. All right. Can you see me? What am I looking at? What am I looking at here? Oh, there I am. All right. Let me try to figure out how to do this now. I've got Pat on part of this. Uh-oh. That may have not been the right thing to do. Yeah, can you hear me, Pat? Well, unable to open camera. Why can't it open my camera? It's crazy. Martha, last night, apparently you are the best at Google Hangouts. I have no clue.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. And I know why. You're coming through twice. Can you still hear me? I can't get the buzzing out of this, Pat. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. I can't get it set up right. No. I can't get it. I can't bring it up to the screen.
I wish I had what you're looking at. It's been a while since I've been on.
Yeah, I can't get it set up. Okay. All right. Try to figure it out later this week, I guess.
Yeah, I will get it figured out.
Okay. See you in a bit.
All right, bye.
Okay, well, that didn't work. Now let me get things over here real quick, and I'll just jump back into the chat. And all right. What is everybody saying? Let me pull this thing closer so I can see what everybody's saying. Fail. He. I use computer, no phone. I do too, preliminary, but I thought I could figure this out. I guess I couldn't. Must have shifted again. I hear something. Sounds like Patrick is in it. Yeah, it did. It sounded like it was contacting him from the, what it is. What is that thing? Space Lab, the space station, whatever it is. Make a note of what you wanted to discuss. Technology always seems to play up when important stuff needs to be talked about. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Adam. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Discord, but I was wanting to bring Pat in, and because he was in the chats all night last night, and get his take on what all was discussed out of my stream and out of Martha's, but it didn't work. So I don't know who on here right now actually got to see both streams last night or not, but I wanted to start this stream tonight with feedback. See what you guys think, because I didn't get to actually read the chat on while everything was live with Martha. Same situation. I was going through Hangouts and I couldn't see the live chat. I could pull up a little bit on my phone watching her stream, but I couldn't really read everything that was going on. So let me see who we do have on here right now. It shows 6. Preliminary Adam is on here. Corey, QP. Martha was on here last. And that's looks like about it. On down. Okay. Well, until people start commenting on it, what we had discussed.
I'm going to.
I forgot Patrick.
But
somehow.
I'll see everybody over at Glenn's. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm heading to Berlin soon. If there's anything you want me to photograph or film, let me know. Adam Leffens. Castles, definitely castles. I'd love to see some pictures of the castles over there. And, you know, those really are awesome. And if you can get any, if you get a chance to go where the old side of the Berlin Wall was, I'd like to see what's still left in that location. Adam, that'd be real cool. Dark Wolf, did you get a chance by any chance to check on those frequencies that I gave you last night? Because I also have a theory about why you had two different pictures of those results on that graph. Not yet. High anxiety. Patrick is in here, but we haven't got to be able to hook Patrick up video wise. Dark Wolf, I just wonder on your pictures you showed last night, you showed the graphs taken at the same time, same day, but each one was different. And I'm just wondering if there's different readings of that frequency in different parts of the world. One thing I was wondering, Dark Wolf, is that with the way the different electrical fields are and magnetic fields, if different positions on the planet will give off different frequencies, and that may be why someone can get online in their location, and a live shot will produce a different look on a graph. You're both looking at the same site. Does the site, when you log into that site, does it ask you for your location? Because it may be giving you information based on your location instead of based on wherever it's reading the frequency. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I look like I'm sitting in a trash can right now. Let me sit a bit taller here. Quality graph versus the amplitude. Okay. There are a lot of things that I'm going to start showing you guys, and I apologize because my setup isn't the best in the world. There are, like what Dark Wolf does, and things I'm trying to learn too. I want to show you guys actual frequencies, actual videos of things that I'm finding in my research that I know will help validate what I'm saying rather than me just flapping the gums. I've tried to use a combination before in the past of holding up the camera and letting you see it on the camera. And I don't think the video quality, and I know the sound quality doesn't come out near the same, but that's a problem. And technology or computer technology is not a strong point for me. That's why I'm asking your opinion on what to use. All sounds fine. Let's see. Patrick was in last night on the stream. my stream and Martha's. Dark Wolf, I think you were too. I'll just kick it off with you guys. What did you guys think about the memories and the connection that Martha and I discussed last night in QP? QP, I think you were there too. What did you all think about those connections? Did Martha come on in? Patrick said that was awesome. Did it trigger anything in your all's minds as far as anything in the past or any memories of connecting? I thought I seen her. Okay, so Dark Wolf, you think you've seen in a memory or whatever, you think you've seen Martha. QP is, oh no, high anxiety is fine in QP. Oh, you thought you seen her in the stream. Rationally, hey, rationally. Yes, it triggered me. See, QP has always said whenever I've put my hand up to the screen, especially my little finger, this camera won't pick it up, but there is a scar that I never knew I had that runs across my little finger. And when QP saw it, it triggered a memory for her. She's got the same matching scar. Stabbed in the stomach. And you're getting ready to go to Berlin, which is synchronicity as far as from what we talked about last night, Adam, with Martha's memory. Oh, Corey, I didn't say hi. I'm sorry. I feel like I've seen a connection with you, Glenn. I feel like it has something to do with the war, like Vietnam. That's interesting. Patrick. Yep. Howdy, Darko. Yep. Patrick, I feel like every time period, I've always ended up in a situation that's been violent. And so I think that's why I'm so protective of this group. I think I've been killed at an early age, and I think that I've suffered many, many injuries and stuff. And Patrick, that's quite possibly a reality. Yeah, I'll focus on that myself. See, one of the things that's crazy is once you start pulling together lots of memories, you'll find that you have to slow down just how much you talk about them. Like for instance, for me right now, I absolutely cannot focus on any more memories right now, period. I am physically drained, emotionally drained, spiritually drained, and mentally drained. It takes a lot out of you. And so you have to learn to pace yourself with that, if that makes sense. And you're talking about lots of time, lots of people, lots of faces, and it gets to be a lot. But starting out, it's not. So when you start out trying to look for things, it just starts to trigger more and more. And the more you focus, then you're going to realize, well, I got to stop. I'm overwhelmed. So I can talk about things like this with you all. That doesn't overwhelm me. What overwhelms me is when I start throwing out personal things. That's a lot. I feel like we were war buddies. Yeah, Patrick, there's something there that with you. It's also like, and I'll just say this, it's also like in school, like in a grade school setting, I do feel like that there was a possibility at one time that there may have been something there as well. There's such a vivid reminder to me of just the way you are as a person. And yeah, I could see that. It's really neat. Mother said something about the mark on her forehead, which reminds me of what my forehead and the mark on my Cupid bow. You mean on your Cupid lips? On your profile pic, QP, or personally? I don't know. I don't know. I'm waiting for QP to help me out with that one a little bit more. Okay, let me back down. Cupid bow, part of the upper lip. Oh, okay. Like that. So you have a mark on your forehead and on your upper lip. Because that's curious too, QP, because I've got a scar where I was hit in the face with a garden hoe. Come right across like that and just split right through here. I've seen your Facebook picture, but it's like this much of you. Yeah, anytime you get hit in the mouth, man, that hurts. Oh, I got you. And yeah, you're on the right track. You are on the right track. I said this yesterday that in talking with people as they're connecting to things, um, I don't want to be accused of planting something in anybody's mind, or like seeding a thought. I don't want to do that. So as the people are triggered by memories and connections, it's best just like what Rashmi did. You mention one single word or a location, and see if it triggers a response. Because if I go ahead and tell you something individually all the way through, and you don't, and it doesn't ring a bell, and then a day or two later you're like, oh yeah, that happened. Well, then someone else could say that was leading you down that path. And so I don't want to do that, even though I may personally think, okay, you should know this. I'm not going to do it. There's baby steps is the best way to put this. There's baby steps people take as they start to grow and learn more. Like Patrick now has something to really focus on with what he said in the stream. If he focuses on those things, it'll trigger memories, and then you learn to start dividing memory from what you may be adding to it. And the best way to do that is that when you feel like that you are more consciously awake, stop. If you feel like you're in a dream state while you're meditating and focusing, keep going. But the moment you break that, it's almost like an astral projection. The moment you break that and come back to what you're aware around you physically, then that memory is no longer going to be valid. You're going to be adding things. So get into a deep meditation and focus, and it'll start to bring more. Yeah, Corey. Yeah. Do you feel you have always been a female, male in other lives? Anyone? Do you feel you have always been a female, male in other lives? Dark Wolf, I don't know that matters, to be honest, because we are not what the body is. We are what is here occupying the mind. So I think we maintain that familiarity. You know what I'm saying? We're familiar. I can't say the rest of the word, but I think when people see us, my chair just went straight down. I think when people see us, they'll remember, and they'll see maybe a slight resemblance in the look. It's more in the eyes. It's more in the way someone says something, the way their personality is. and that triggers things. And that's just my personal thought on this. I'm pretty sure I was a man at one time. Dark Wolf's Den, laughing my ass off. I've always been female, but that I know of. Yeah, and I think the more memories people access, the more they'll QP, the more they'll be confirmed on that, what they've been. Yeah, Dark Wolf's Den, familiar. That word, yes. You think, Corey. Scotty, oh, Scotty, my little brother is in here. Haha. No, I actually don't think I was a man. Hey, Rashman. But it would make sense. When I had the flashback of being in a canoe, I got this feeling of having been a female in that time period. Huh. Irrationally couldn't have been, could have been. And QP. Yeah, Dark Wolf, MA said the other night he considers everybody that's affected as scientists, as researchers. And obviously a whole lot of us are doing just that now. And I think those are holdover feelings from past times. All right, I'm gonna give you an example. And yes, this is me throwing out something that I think, not something I have a memory of. It's just something I think, like an intuitive feeling about you, Dark Wolf. I think I could easily picture you in the early stages of this country exploring the rest of this nation from the Mississippi west or north from the Mississippi. I could picture you as that type of an individual based on what I see in you now. Now, whether or not there's a connection or a memory that will ever be present, I don't know. But that's just my intuition. When I hear you and I see you, you have that that vibe that comes off of you in that manner. Maybe you were me, Dark Wolf. I know I was always gay, or bisexual in the last lives too. Corey Jade said that. I didn't say that. Agree, Scotty. That's interesting. Corey, maybe you were my bitch, Scotty, my lesbian lover. I will take that under advisement. A lot of sense, Glenn. I am an explorer and researcher hardcore. Yeah. What's getting jiggy? LOL, Q, perhaps. Oh, come back here. Yeah, Scotty, your consciousness in that situation, I think it's more, in some cases, I think it's more of the personality of the individual as to whether they have a hateful, mean spirit, if they have a more loving, caring spirit, or a more protective, aggressive spirit about themselves. That's what I think on that part. Caring, aggressive. Yeah. And see, that's one thing that has a connection for me and Martha is Martha has that memory for me, like we shared last night, of a mom and a past type life, past period. And she says the same thing about me as a soul child, as someone in that manner. And and my fascination with Germany, and then cross that with what she said about having, and I did not tell her anything ahead of time about anything. And when she approached me with that dream, it was just that she had, it was more than a dream. The mind will pull back memories that are already stored in it, and you'll dream those memories. That's why sometimes you dream about past events, and they are reoccurring dreams. And then sometimes the mind makes things up. Loving too, don't get me wrong. Even before all this, though, I never could relate to the macho shit. Yeah, it is ridiculous. You know, you can be a man without having to go around blowing your own horn about it all the time. Me too, Scotty. Good point. Who wants to volunteer for some? I imagine you like Jack Sparrow personally, Scotty. Flamboyant. Yeah, I can see that, Corey. Yeah, Scotty's got that side to him. For science, of course. Joker drunk. You're gonna go all in, Scotty. Pun intended. I don't want you to send me that video, by the way. But again, I hope you all, whatever videos were on today, that you kept showing the sign of unity to everybody with the thumbs ups. I know Scott and them may say they don't care about the thumbs down, and they even say go ahead and thumb them down. I say the opposite: thumb them up. Let everybody know there's unity in this group. Speaking of which, let me see if I can. Oh no, I can't see. Do you all understand what I'm saying when I say to you that the way of meditation and the way to focus is to pull yourself out of being aware consciously of what's going on around you? I'll try to explain that a little bit better, but you have to do that to be able to fully cross out of this plane and pull in memories. Of course, I don't know if that's to the other comments, but you have to do that. It's almost like you're in a half dream, half awake state, but in that position, you're still aware that you're mentally alert, but you're not aware of you're not focusing on what's going on around you. QP, that's exactly what I do. If you do that before you go to sleep, 9 times out of 10, if you're a dreamer, the last thing on your mind you will dream about. So if you try to go to sleep each night, focusing on a trigger point, that's what I'm going to call them, trigger points, scars, objects, time, somebody's name, somebody's look. You go to bed focusing on that for a past memory, and your mind, nine times out of 10, that's what you'll dream about because that's the last thing on your mind. And if there is a buried memory in there, the brain might just pull that out, access it, and you'll dream about that. I did the other day. I mean, I completely did. It was literally like sitting in front of a big screen TV and watching a movie. That's how vivid sometimes these memories can come to you. It's the trick I use. It's hard enough to switch off. It's hard to though to switch. Yeah, it is hard to switch off. It is. I'm going to have to rewatch this later. I get lost in the chat and don't pay attention. That's all right, Scotty. QP, I did it last night and did get visions. Great. That's great. And you know something else, QP, too, is whether you get a vision or a memory or not, it's good for your body to get that focused and relaxed and in tune with everything else around you rather than the world. Not dreaming, but these visions I get. QP, on your island, is there a, with the native people to your island, is there anybody that, or any groups of people that do practice any kind of ritual like the Native Americans do here, of a vision quest or deep meditation? Does the native people there do anything like that? Not a dream, a memory. I was saying to Poppy earlier that I used to be able to concentrate on both, but lately it's impossible. Yeah, dreams and visions, QP. Okay. Scotty, you've got a lot on your mind right now, though, brother. I mean, you got this new job situation coming up, and so I can see where you've got kind of a conflict in your mind going on right now. Do have dreams about it too. The strongest vision when I'm in between dream and focusing. That's what I think you're saying, Corey. I'm not sure if I'm right or not. QP, yes. Corey, yes. QP, what's the closest island or country to you? And by the way, QP, did you switch your profile pic for chats? Oh, that's fine, Dark. That's fine, Dark Wolf. I find myself after I get off my stream doing the same thing. I'll pull up 2 or 3 people's streams and just bounce constantly back and forth. QP, nope on the app. Is it different? It does look a little different to me. Yeah, Scott, it's the pic itself is just pops right off. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about the chat. Sometimes the chat is just, I don't want to say more interesting than the topic. It's just a lot of people commenting. Yeah, the hair looks, it does, Adam. The whole thing is different. I didn't change anything. Thought you all were characters. Yeah, that's something that was talked about the other night, that it's almost like everybody in the world are supporting characters in a play. You know, like they don't really exist. Scotty and I were talking and the other day, and both of us had the same, we've had the same thing we've thought about, that we wonder at times, does the rest of the world even exist if we are not there? And of course, now obviously through the streams, man, my chair just keeps sinking on me. Now through the streams and meeting people all the way around the world, well, yeah, obviously there is other things going on around the world, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like the only thing in this world that is real is what's around you at the time. And it's hard sometimes to wrap your head around, like if I wrap my head around Scotty right now and think what he's doing, it's like that's not real, if that makes sense. It's hard to think that there is other things going on at the same time as what you're doing, some good, some very, very bad. And even with the changes in time, in other parts of the world, we're not on the same date anymore. Yeah, it's an awful lot like the Truman Show. Yeah, Dark Wolf, I think you're right. It's almost like, and I hate to say it this way, I really do, because I know it's going to get misunderstood, not by you all. It's almost like the people that are affected are the only real people. And that number may be very, very small. And I do believe this world's nowhere near the size that people say it is. I do not believe that we're that far apart, honestly. And I won't say any more on that, but like Cloud Atlas, like perhaps Martha and I were married last life. Before that, perhaps brother and sister. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Dark Wolf. Or it could have remained the same the whole way through. But that's along the same exact lines. Oh, Michelle's in. Hi, Michelle. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good this evening. I'm trying to pull something up while I'm talking to you guys here and see something. I want to double check some things. While I'm talking to you, just pull them up real quickly. Got my art magnifying glasses on here. Well, don't you just hate pulling something up on Google that you really want to read right then and there, and you can't because you're doing something else? But I want to see. As much as I want to laugh at him, it fits. I don't have my hood up tonight. I don't know if anybody noticed that or not. My dog is getting ready to bark, by the way. And he'll be barking like crazy. What is going on here? I have been fighting all day with anything on the internet because it just will not recognize me anymore. And I don't know what's going on with that. It will not recognize passwords. It will not recognize login names. It's just, I don't know if anybody else is having that trouble or not, but everything I'm doing just will not recognize what I'm doing. Sagittarius is maybe a control planet. We were taken out as an experiment. So scientifically, there would be another experiment plan A and B. Maybe this like the movie The Forgotten, testing the psyche. Just a thought, and that was a great movie. And yeah, you do wonder if you're just being you're being taught, if you're being watched, if you're being, well, we are being watched. But it is not, it's not simple. Just put it that way. It's not simple. I can still get into email, but I noticed Facebook. Yeah, Facebook has changed on that. Oh, I got to watch that movie. I haven't not seen it. Yeah, The Forgotten was a very, very good movie. Wow. I am being shut down left and right on this. I just got a notification. I don't think anybody on here sent it to me. But the same subject as what we talk about with the Mandela effect. I just got a recommendation, and I constantly get it, to keep watching the videos of certain people. And no matter what I do, I keep getting those notifications. I don't mind watching them as long as there's no hate. And one in particular has thousands and thousands of followers. I don't agree with what's said, but I use it to compare to what we say and see how close it actually is. Yeah, the unaffected would be. You mean like the therapist I'm gonna say the first movie that I saw, the therapist that was talking to the woman that had lost her child. Is that who you're talking about? The unaffected being like, let me see if I can find this. It's nuts. You can buy subscriptions. Don't be fooled by those figures. I didn't know that, Adam. You can. You can buy subscriptions on YouTube channel for YouTube channel. I know on Facebook you can boost a page. You just need a fedora to match your glasses. How's that? Don't look bad at all. I guess they are part of the script. Oh, shit, he's going to get one. I did. Awesome, man. Let me put them this away. Now, where is the other thing that I was looking for? Aha. $175 for 10,000 subs. Are they real people, or are they just that get paid to come and sub to you, or are they just made up? Bot clicks. What is a bot click? Bot accounts. So they mean nothing. They absolutely mean nothing. Now I'm a G-man. That's right. Going after Al Capone here in a minute. Do they produce views? That's interesting too, Adam. Do they produce views as well? Dark Wolf says, yeah. So that's why some of these videos will show like 400 or 500 views, and if you're actually in the chat line, there's only like 20 people in it. Because as soon as I shut down on this, it'll say I've had 30 playbacks or something, but there's only like right now 10 people watching, 4 thumbs up, and just a few people commenting. JK paid for all his. Yeah, I know. I'm going to bump heads with that guy very soon. I forgot I still had the other hat on. Thought that felt weird. If they do, then you can make profit. How do I look without it? I look ridiculous without it. Well, see, that's it right there, Michelle. I've got 3 YouTube channels, and someone the other day said something about, and not directed at me or directed at me in the stream necessarily, because we do have people with multiple fake accounts that do a lot of trolling. Well, I've got 3 accounts, but they're not all related. I have a personal account where I have my own music playlist and things like that. Then I have my Squatch Investigator YouTube channel where it's all about my wildlife research and my Sasquatch stuff. And then I have this one. And the subs that I have on those 3 accounts, I don't advertise for them. I'll mention, I mean, how long has it been? Literally, how long has it been since I've said on one of these sites that I even have a Squatch Investigator page? I haven't. You know, I'm not out for self-promotion. So this one, I think, has got 70-something subs that are legit, as far as I know. And my Squatch Investigator has 94 subs. I'm 6 away from 100. And then my personal page, I don't care if some people sub to that or not, because I don't use it to go to these channels. It's just something I can have separate, put my music on it, and enjoy it. So I have that. And then I have a Facebook page for my artwork, and then a Facebook page for my wildlife and Sasquatch stuff. I have a patreon.com account for my Sasquatch stuff. And I don't get on here and just hammer people. Oh, by the way, I'm over here on this. I don't do that. I let people find me. If they're going to come, they'll come. If not, that's fine, because I do everything because I want to do it. I have YouTube Red. Yeah, I do have YouTube Red, Corey. But and that's so I can avoid all the ads and stuff that are going on. I don't like the commercials in between my videos and stuff. It's good so I can keep. Yeah, that's exactly. No, because you have integrity, Glenn. Thank you, Michelle. I don't know how much, but thank you. Maybe I should get that preliminal. Oh, the YouTube Red. Yeah, absolutely. I would. I think it's great. Rain on the Plains. And how Rain? Now let me see. Good grief! I cannot find this. Cheapskate. Yeah, it does cost. An ad blocker. You can do what through YouTube? Any of your videos you can promote, which is just BS clicks. Pay $10 a month so I don't have to watch stupid commercials. You know, I don't know. I don't know where Patrick is right now. He was in here. we tried to do a double thing. No, he never did come back on. We tried to do a joint stream and never got it right. And so he finally just come on over here to my stream, and I still couldn't get a hold of him to put it on screen. And I don't know if he's still on here or not. He was on here. He was on here. Yeah, he was in here at the start. He's not in the list of participants. Oh, Pat. Yeah, there's Patrick. See, I don't know how to access that. I'm glad in a way, but I'm going to try one more time to figure out what I'm doing wrong. All right, never mind. QP, if you're still on here, is your island anywhere near New Zealand? Is your island close to New Zealand, or what, off of what coast are you on? I know it's the same time for you, I think, as it is Corey in Australia. Is your weather the same there? Because everybody else on here should be, other than you two that I know of, everybody else should be heading into summer. Is that right for everybody? Except maybe Adam. Michelle, yes, summer. Oh, Patrick did go to McDonald's. I forgot that's where he was going. Same distance as Australia to us. To us or to the US? Is the weather there, QP, is it summertime or going into wintertime? Same distance as Australia to me. Summer next month. Yeah, see, I'm going to show you a picture. This is a 1960 encyclopedia. And I keep these things. I keep books. I collect books because you're gonna need them because they're rewriting history anyway. So you're going to need what actually has happened. And then also with the Mandela effect going on and things changing, you're going to need them for that point too. But when man changes things, you're going to need to be able to pull back out a book and see. And if it's different in the book than what's going on in reality now, then you know it's just mankind changing things. If you pull out the book and now it's different in the book as well, that's your effect. That's how you tell the difference. So if I look in this book and it shows me that the North Pole is gone in this encyclopedia, then I know that the book has been affected by the Mandela effect. If the book is still right, then it makes me question, okay, now what are they trying to do from a powers that be standpoint? Are they trying to make us think these things? So the past is always going to be the key to the present and the future. Yeah, rain. Okay. Now, let me find this and show you. In here. Yeah, here we go. It's got a lot of stuff in here about, well, you know, it's an encyclopedia. Shouldn't have said it that way. But some of the stuff I was talking about the other night, I'm going to have to get in here and dig in to make sure before I get back onto the comparison of the eye to the world. But it's the shape of the globe. Look at that. You see that globe right there? You see that picture of what the Earth looks like? This is a 1960 encyclopedia. Look how big at the bottom of this. Maybe if I turn this out, it might make it focus a little clearer. I think there's probably not much of a difference there. Look how big right here it's showing Antarctica to be, South Pole. Now, look at the other continents. Which one is this over here? Africa looks skinny. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. Which one is this? Australia. Yep, this is Australia. Now, here's the other thing. Way over here, and you're getting a slight mirror effect on this, but over here is the United States. Here is South America. Look how close. And this is just a depiction, but look how close South America is to the South Pole on this. And then look how close, and this is like a puzzle piece. Look how close the fit is here. But it's the overall shape of this planet, or the way the globe is drawn. Look at that. That's not round, and that's not even slightly off. A quick swim away, yeah. It is in this timeline. Makes no sense. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense at all. And then, let me look so I can be sure I'm saying you're right. So I'll rattle it off. Okay. All right. May not be able to see it completely. Make sure real quick again. All right. The largest island right here is Greenland, and that's it right there. Right? Now, you come over here, here's Australia. Look at all the little islands around it. But now I'm going to ask a question. Yeah, they are. But let me ask you all a question. If this is the largest island, just being, I guess, a smart aleck here, there's water surrounding every continent on the planet. Why aren't these islands? Why are they called continents? Just being a smart aleck here. What constitutes an island? Something that's waterlocked. It's surrounded by all sides by water. All right. Australia is surrounded by water. The poles are surrounded by water. Even if you connect these continents together, they're still surrounded by water. But they all fit together and always have. They used to be connected. Yeah. Australia is an island. Yeah. Really, Michelle? Wow. I've started learning how to just block and ignore people like that. I don't even read on my YouTube channel for my Squatch stuff. I don't even read the comments because I get a lot of hate about that. Okay, here's another drawing. Are you confabulating again, Hobbs? And Dark Wolf, I hope you're seeing these pictures I just put up of the planet. Okay, this is another good one. This is going to show you the earthquake belts. This is 1960 encyclopedia, by the way. Look at the earthquake belts that's listed in 1960. It's the shaded areas. This is where the earthquakes are primarily focused on. Now you have, this is really impromptu. I didn't really intend to really go this way towards the end of this stream, but I'm going to touch on it. This here, and of course it's a backward image for you. This here is the where the United States, North America is. So it's backwards, South America. So then you come out right here where my finger is going to be the Pacific Ocean. Here's Australia. Now this is in no way going to be actually scaled to correct distance. But look at the earthquake belt, making a loop here. Right out here around Hawaii and a little further north. Does anybody know what that area is called in the ocean? There's a lot of underwater volcanoes. Does anybody know remember what that's called? Yeah, rain. That's a tongue twister. Rain on the Plains, Ring of Fire. Yeah, that's it. Exactly, the Ring of Fire. Now you've got this earthquake belt that circles that. And you've got all these volcanoes, underwater volcanoes. Now you start coming down this way on the east coast of the United States, which is going back this direction here. All right, now you're looking at, well, let me back up. I'm looking at this backwards. Over on this side of the Pacific, where Japan's located, obviously Japan gets tons of earthquakes. And the tsunamis that come from out of where the Ring of Fire is because of the volcanoes and the earthquakes, and they come and generally move from the west. All of our jet stream and weather patterns come from the west, generated from the west, and there is one change in weather patterns that will take any weather pattern and really enhance it. Does anybody know what that change is? When you get a certain type of storm, it's called something particular, and it is very intense, and it can be inland, be at sea. More of them are generated and thought of as really, really bad when you're talking about winter storms. Now, there's a specific word for that, for a bad winter storm. Typhoon, no. What about the term, and people slang the term to nor'easter or northeastern, when a storm is moving from the west, El Nino. Yeah, that, you know what, QP, we don't hear a lot about that anymore. That was a real popular phrase for a lot of patterns, and it's gone away. Dark Wolf saying, yeah, when a storm is coming from the west and then it moves north and then it does a rotation where it backtracks and comes back out of the east, it will slam hard, and a lot of the blizzards are created by that. And then, of course, if you get a storm moving or the winds coming in one direction and you get the winds because of the two jet streams, when they cross and change directions and run back into each other, you have the winds shearing against each other. That creates, again, more intense weather patterns. And that's where you get your tornadoes, when you have the difference in the airflow crossing and temperature, everything has to be just right. But it's when things go the complete opposite. And that's kind of how things are in this world. Whenever you do the opposite of what's expected, it creates an intense situation, weather patterns, personal life, whatever. When you do the opposite, that's how you beat this code anyway. Do the unexpected. Yeah, QP, your comment though about El Nino, that weather pattern, that name given to that weather pattern has really died down. The warming of the waters and all that sort of thing. It's just they've really changed that, the way they look at that. So yeah, that's but the pictures of what the Earth in here is depicted as, my opinion, pretty close to being accurate. We're not on a round planet. We're not on a slightly warped planet, warped with people, but not warped. We are probably more closer to a flat Earth. I used to never think that I would adhere to that theory, but I am. Oh, Mom's in. Hey, Mom. But I'm getting closer and closer to accepting that with orbits, the way the orbit is and the rotation, that a flat Earth makes sense. Because if we are in a virtual reality or a simulation, there would be no need of a round planet. Yeah, QP, it's really getting there. But if you think about what in the old 1990s Star Trek Next Generation TV show, they had a place called the holodeck, and it was just a room. And when you went into that room, you could create whatever scenario you wanted, whatever time period you wanted, and that was the way they got recreation. They'd go in and act like they were in the back during the days of Jack the Ripper or whatever. And yeah, I knew my dog would start barking. And so while they were in that room, though, they were able to ride horses, travel, move all around, but never left the room. And we do know that we can make holographic things. We can. So there's a strong possibility that we're all in one flat situation that rotates as we rotate and move, because I can't see where you are. You can't see where I'm at. So if things are constantly shifting and changing around, how do you know that I've not already come to the edge of the planet, or for you the same thing? And it just rotates to where, as we're walking, we just keep turning and twisting with the globe, and we're right. Now I could get really crazy with that, but Corey's back. Holodeck is based off of concentrated sound. The world only exists in the mind, doesn't it? I agree, Martha. It only exists in the mind. You wouldn't normally go to a park or something and see how people react. May explain earring. Yeah, Ration, exactly. Because you're picking up on frequencies. Gosh. He is just absolutely going nuts. Just a second. Yeah, you're concentrating on frequency, so you're going to get the ear ringing, you're going to get dizzy, you're going to have all kinds of situations like that, to where the body's even going to have to react differently. Nausea. You ever had nausea hit you from out of the blue? You haven't eaten anything that would upset your stomach. You haven't been in a vehicle. You haven't been sleeping and suddenly woke up. Your health is good, but out of the clear blue, you just get nauseated. And it happens with the ear ringing. Out of the clear blue, boom, your ears are ringing. Go up, Glenn, read mine. Okay, let me back up. Concentrated frequencies in one area to make the air feel solid. Okay, I don't know how I can do the unexpected through this thing, to throw this thing off, because I am always doing unexpected stuff. I never have a schedule. Yeah, sometimes, Patrick, what we think we're already doing is already what is expected to them. Like knowing that you're unexpected, the unexpected thing for me would be for you to completely do the opposite of what you're doing now. So if you don't have a schedule, what would be unexpected for me would be for you to show up at different places at specific times, or every day you start to do the same thing every day. So you get up early in the morning and work out, then you take a walk, then you do whatever. Now you've put yourself on a schedule. That's unexpected, because the Patrick that I would be expecting would be the Patrick that would wake up and think, well, I'll do what I feel like today. If I feel like doing this, I won't, or don't, or whatever. But by doing the exact opposite of what you're doing now, that's the unexpected. So I hope I explain this as well as I can. If people always think of you that they don't know what you're going to do next, well, then you've already set a pattern. That's what's in their minds. But when people know what you're going to do, then that's when you have started doing the unexpected. Now, for somebody else, it's the opposite. So, like, you may be walking down the street and decide that just like that, I want to go in this store over here. Well, because you're unexpected and you do things unexpectedly, that makes sense. But if you're going down the street and you've got a specific place you're going and you go ahead and go straight to it, you've thrown off the matrix. Yeah, Dark Wolf, I agree. Okay, I've either froze on the chat or nobody's chatting. You posed that theory before. No one listens to me. I want to back up rationing to see which one you're talking about. Are you talking about the concentrating frequencies in one area to make the air feel solid theory, or what we're talking about? Yeah, nausea is very weird. Very, very weird. Okay, now I'm caught back up. Pat, did I explain that out of my head the way I'm thinking that? I hope I did. Just listening. Yeah. See, for me, something that would be unexpected out of me would, for me, not to take so long to get ready to go somewhere and not worry about how I look or anything like that. That would be unexpected. If I just jumped up, threw on some clothes, and headed out, well, then that's unexpected. But people know that if they want me to go somewhere with them, they better give me 2 hours to get ready and go. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Pat. Yeah. And it's the same way with other things I do. Like right now, playing in these golf tournaments again, I've always been able to shoot well enough to have been competitive, always have. But in the past, I would not try it because I was just afraid to do that in front of people. I wanted to, but I was just afraid to compete. Now I'm not. And so now I'm doing something unexpected. And when I show up and play in these tournaments on this tour and stuff, my best finish so far is 10th. And, I think it's throwing off the matrix enough to where there's no interference in the way I play my game. Beforehand, they could pinpoint me and cause me all kinds of crap while I'm trying to compete. Getting in the tub. See y'all later. All right, Mom, take a bubble bath. You deserve it. I get that quite a bit. I just figured I'll look funny, LOL. I didn't catch the first part of that, Dark Wolf. I think we've lost a few people. But when you start looking back through your timelines and your time periods with your past memories, that's where you're going to see the mistakes you've made in the past and figure out also how to not just reconnect with people, but to adjust to this world and do things different. I said the other night, 6 years ago, I never would have done a YouTube chat on this. I would not have wanted to be called crazy, even though I already thought about all this stuff. I would not have wanted to read comments from people making fun and all kinds of things. I would hate the thought of anybody higher up in the public eye mentioning my name and calling me out for anything. I don't care. I really don't care anymore. This is who I am, and this is what I have always been, and so I'm doing it. And that's throwing off this, whatever this power of the be is. Always said, ride the wave. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I had that thought. People looking at you oddly when you break routine or randomly walk into a store. Maybe it's a combination. Yeah. And Dark Wolf, it's when you do the unexpected that you see things that you would not have seen before. I don't mean just walking into a store you've never been into and seeing it. I mean, when you do something unexpected, that's where, when you do something unexpected, it's going to cause you to see something, maybe with the people that you walk into and are around. They might look at you and you might make eye contact and realize these people are off. They don't look right. They look like some kind of created individuals. They don't look human. They're acting oddly because I'm now in their presence. And you'll find that they'll watch you, they'll look at you. It's very strange how the machine cannot cope with us doing the unexpected. Riding the wave, and back up to that real quick. Sometimes you have to, rational. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow for a little bit. It's like you have to mix it up. Has anybody ever played a slot machine before? I'm going to give you a secret about a slot machine. Something that the casinos do. And this is a perfect example of either riding the wave or doing the unexpected. Yeah, buckle up. When you play a slot machine, Dark Wolf has, yeah. When you play a slot machine, one thing you'll notice, if you land on the combination that will pay out to you a little bit, and I would never have been on YouTube, this would have been embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. That's exactly right. When you play a slot machine and it lands on a combination that pays you something, maybe not the jackpot, but just pays something, the next few spins, you'll notice that all of a sudden it's going faster. And that's because you hit a combination and reset it. Now, with the slot machines, they usually have 2 buttons, sometimes 3, to help you make a different size bet. Like you have, like if say you're playing a quarter machine, you have a bet to bet a quarter, or you have the button to hit to make a 50-cent bet. And then it says maximum bet over here. Whichever button you're playing, watch it spin. If you don't get any payouts, leave that button and go to a different button. Once you start getting a payout on that button, here's what's going to happen. You're going to realize that it's only going to pay out at a certain level. Because if it paid out on the maximum, you get the jackpot. So sometimes they're not set to do that. So if you hit those buttons, and once you start getting the payouts coming back, and if it starts to speed up on you, only leave that button that gave you that payout just long enough to tap either of the other 2, maybe 2 or 3 times, to slow it down, and then go right back to the button that paid you off, and keep doing that and stay with that button. And that way you'll keep getting payouts. You keep getting payouts, and maybe not hit a huge amount of money, but if you stop before you go back down too low, you'll come out with some money, because they're expecting you to, at whatever level, to build up your money and then go to the maximum thinking, man, I'm hot tonight, and you start hitting that maximum bet. And before you know it, you've lost all your money trying to get the jackpot. So that's a code that they follow. Great info, Glenn. Thank you. Some people used to listen to the coins going in to see how full the machine was too. Yeah. Develops a gambling problem. I've been asked to leave certain slot machines before at the casino we have here close. Yeah, Dark Wolf YouTube channel. It just didn't. A lot of us, it just didn't fit. Buffering about the slots info. Really, that's interesting. Yeah, I sharing a fault of mine, but I go and play a lot because I make money off of handicapping horse races and playing poker and slots, selling artwork, and just doing little things like that. And I have to change it up. I have to be random if not. But I get things all the time from my local casino and constantly because of playing. I get all kinds of little offers to come back, for different amounts of money to play off of constantly. Because they think I'm going to go overboard and lose it all. And so they're trying, they bait you back if you're a decent player. Same thing with poker or whatever. And I've been asked to get off of certain machines and leave them alone and things like that, I used to count seconds on the machines, which is a lot like counting cards in a sense, in between spins, trying to count seconds and know when to make any kind of change. Get butterfly, yeah. Yeah, Patrick, it is kind of at that last second hitting that go loud button, you're kind of, it just leftover feelings. I just got another notification to this channel, and I'm going to go after I get off here and see what it's about. Because obviously, and I know I'm following the pattern that whatever it wants me to follow, but obviously there's something there or I wouldn't be popping up. Yeah, Adam, I hate when you see someone do something like that. Nothing wrong with the machine, and then all of a sudden it's out of order or needs to be serviced. It's just crazy. As a con, yeah. Corey, what notification? All right, I'll just say it. I don't care. I'll just say it. It is from I am. And I am not subscribed. God forbid they actually give a little of it back. Yeah, Scotty, that's crazy. Hey, sometime I'll get up here to Jersey and go to Atlantic City with you. Oh God, LOL. Who I am, LOL. Yeah, go watch the 7-minute and 49-second video that was done on that channel. Don't know why that's stuck in my head for the time, but it's about that long. Coincidental. You've only been to a casino 2 times. I turned off notifications for that one. I'm not subbed. I'm not subbed either. I don't have no notifications marked on it. Wow, really, Michelle? You don't have to pay no taxes on any winnings, lottery or anything. Canada, I play 2 harness tracks religiously in Canada, Mohawk and Woodbine. If you're in Canada and you hit what's called a tax ticket here, are you saying that even on horse races you wouldn't have to pay taxes on winnings? Rashland never been to a casino. I got one from him and not subbed. QP. I've tried, Corey. They won't go off. Won about 500 first time, then lost about 200 second time. Figured I better quit while I had. I'm frozen. Block him, job done. You know, Adam, I really don't want to block him because there's a few I have blocked, and there's a few that I've unsubscribed to that I used to subscribe to in this community, but not anymore. I didn't really know that I could trust them to start with, and things have been validated, and now I don't want no part of it. Oh, the question, Michelle, was like I play a lot of harness tracks in Canada, and Woodbine, Mohawk, harness race tracks. They also run thoroughbreds. Are you saying if I was a Canadian citizen that I would not have to report taxes on what I would win at a racetrack as well, or is it just casino and lottery? Like Windsor has a casino, I think, and racetrack as well. They're a distraction. If you see in the comments a lot of our community members talk shit in there. Yeah, you're right, Corey. And that's disappointing. I've gone to some of these sites that attack us and found people that come right back into different streams on our 24. And that's disturbing to think that they play both sides. It's very disturbing. And I've unsubscribed to a lot of them as soon as I've seen it. Yeah. They can come in and listen on mine if they want to, but I'm not going to follow anybody or listen to anybody that's playing both sides up. Good to see people's true colors, yeah. Buffering like crazy. Wow. Same, I'm unsubbed from a few just based off content and vibes, yeah. Two-faced people have no use for deceit, no. Please tell me it's not anyone I love. All I can tell you on that one, Scotty, is just go to these other channels and watch. Go ahead and fast forward to the midpoint of their stream, so that way most of the people are already in the chat line. Just look. That's all you got to do. Just look and read these comments. Some very, very big channels. The guy that got blocked, I'll just go ahead and say this. I don't care. The guy that got blocked the other night, Digital Intel, come in and was running his mouth about MA, I guess, and some other streams as well. Go look at the videos he's put up in the last, I don't know, last several videos. Look at the people he's had as guests on his channel. And you're going to be taken back thinking, wow, there's people on in our group that has respect for these people, but yet look where they are. Just go look it up. Fact check me. If I'm wrong, call me out. If I'm wrong and I need to apologize for saying that, I will. Check it. Just go check it out. Haven't seen who chatting to them. I don't chat to them. If you're telling me, I will not chat to them. Oh, you talking to Scotty. Patrick Roberts, I've seen a couple people too, but been afraid to say anything because I don't know how deep they are. Yeah, that's true on some. Michelle yesterday, I think. Yep. Adam, I don't know. I don't know enough there to comment on that. You know, I tell you what though, Adam, if Jason or some of these people contacted me to want to talk to me about what I believe about this stuff, I would talk to them and then tell them what I believe about it, but they're not going to get me to run down anybody in our group. That's not going to happen. But if someone contacts me and says, tell me what you believe, tell me whether or not you agree with me. Oh yeah, I'll tell you, I'll answer. And I'll tell them flat out, I think that they're wrong in how they're handling things. But if my name ever pops up on something like that, you can take my word for it. I'm not running down anybody here. I'll be defending what we believe and what we do. And if it comes down to button heads, so be it. I don't mind a civilized debate. I don't mind a civilized argument. Just leave all that other crap alone. You know, I wouldn't mind debating Jason Christopher over all this stuff and over this community all day and all night long. I mean, honestly, I think he'll be short a few bullets for the argument, but I don't mind that at all. But I'm not going to kiss up to him and then come back here and act like I, you know, tell everybody here, oh, I love you guys. And then over here talking about somebody. No, I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. And I'm looking in the camera saying this. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, and Russian, he should not be doing that. If you want to follow him, that's fine. I'm not. To me, he showed me too much. Playing into their hands, look how much time they waste. They do. It takes them so long to get on the topic. I start with topic right off the start and then turn it over to the chat and let you guys have fun and enjoy the night. Is it okay to ask? Michelle, send an email to ask anybody that. I think that might be the best way to handle certain people, certain things, is just not really roll it too much. Whoops, Rain, it was this morning after I was on his show. Okay, I'm not sure where Rain was a guest on. There's one person I consider a good dude that's apparently two-faced, and I'm pretty disappointed. Hopefully it's a misunderstanding. I don't know who you're talking about, but yeah, I hope so. I was a guest on Digital Channel the other day before I was going to call him out, but I chickened out. Oh, you were a guest on the channel. I didn't know that, Patrick. Trying to back this. Okay, I did back it up far enough. Dark Wolf. Yeah, and that's the way it should be, Dark Wolf. You guys know that there is a second definition for a shill, and that second definition for a shill is not really a bad thing. What that second definition is suppose you have a man that's standing up for a crowd trying to sell something. There's a person in the crowd that man pays to talk good about that product or to excite the crowd, you know, by doing a lot of clapping or agreeing with the man that's trying to sell. and he's there to lead the rest of the crowd to support and buy that product. So in that sense, a shield for that person selling is a good thing. And in this community, there are people who do videos and comments, and then they have people that are sub to them that they probably pay, that go into other channels and try to talk you out of that channel to get you to support who's taking care of them. So that's another type of shill. The other shill is someone that is just a flat out liar, and what they're saying and what they're promoting, they don't believe, they're not affected, and they're just doing it because it's the new flavor of the day. It's something they think they can get popular about or make money off of. So you have two types of shills. Just thought I'd throw that out. Oh, you did see that definition. Okay. No, you don't. Well, you do to a point, but you truly do never really know a person. Yeah, exactly. The old snake oil salesman. Yeah. Let's see and back us up. Rain's been on Scarab's channel before too. Let me give you guys another perfect example. I know I'm going a little bit long. With my wildlife research and my Sasquatch research, I've spoken at wildlife seminars, Bigfoot seminars. I've done a lot of radio podcasts and interviews. But you know, the one thing I don't do is I don't call up all these people that are well known that I do know in this community. A lot of them have been on, I do know people off of the Finding Bigfoot TV show, and people that have degrees in anthropology and things. I don't call these people up and go, hey, put me on a TV show. Hey, get me on this next seminar. I don't do that. If someone calls and asks me about something, okay, yeah, I'll do it. But it's not about self-promotion. And I figure that if what I do is legit, if what I do doesn't break the trust of the people, if what I do is encouraging and helps the cause, then people will follow me and build up around me based on good things, not showmanship or self-promotion. So I don't do that. One type of shill is a charlatan. Yeah, you're right, Adam. And about the lonely people and stuff, there are people that are confined, bedridden, too sick to get out. And if they're not affected, but our community really interests them, if what we do on these streams brings a smile to them, if they love the theatrics that sometimes we do, that's great. I have no problem with that. I'll never tell somebody unsubscribe to me. I'm not trying to mimic you when I say that. I'll never tell somebody to unsubscribe or don't follow, or I'll never ask someone to block them. Because if it's improving their life, whether they are affected or not, to enjoy anybody's stream, that's great. You know, but then there are some that are like that have nothing better to do and do stir up stuff. Yeah, Corey, I just not seen your comment. Yeah, it's Scotty, that's all well and good. Yeah, I mean, think about it. If you're sick and can't go out and do anything, not only will you watch this channel or anybody else's channels, but you start looking on the internet, researching all kinds of things. Not that it's a big interest, it's just that you need your time filled with something. Yeah, Dark Wolf. That's right. It's like the boy that cried wolf, no pun intended. Yeah, as long as they don't cause drama. Yeah, Rain, I've got, oh my goodness, too many channels to be watching. Live by the sword, yeah. Yeah, I've got our community, then I've got my wildlife and Sasquatch community, and then I've got music community. I've got my poetry stuff that I do on top of my artwork, and on top of, oh my goodness, there's just not enough time, and then to try to maintain any kind of social life with things, it's like, ugh, you just don't have the time. Yes. You have any kids, Glenn? No, I don't. I have a dog that I treat like a son. Um, Absolutely love him to death. Never lay a hand on him. Oh, you want to see a video of him? I'll show you the video I shot of him the other day. You'll absolutely like this. I think. I hope. Maybe. This is a video of my dog Hank. Um, wow, I'm still getting notifications from now. Yeah, I want to show you this video. Rain says, sure. Dark Wolf says, goddess. Goddesses. Oh, goddess is right above you. Okay. I didn't see a goddess. I'm sorry. Apologize. Yeah. Okay. Before I get to that, maybe you can see this. Look at these notifications that I get. Do you recognize? Let me move it so you don't see a name. I get text, and I'm not saying it's definitely from this individual, but I get text and email. I get all kinds of crap, and I am not in any way. Okay, let me find it. It's this right here. And I may need to turn down the brightness on this. I was messing around having fun with Hank the other day. Yeah, I do. That's what you do when you show a video off a phone, right? Turn the brightness down. Okay, this is going to be, maybe I'll do it this way. No, that way was better. Move the camera out of that light out of the way. Where do I need to put this to make it seem easier? And what is hidden in this? It's not the computer screen. Okay, let me turn one light off. Corey says yes. Let me turn the light off. Going into movie mode. Let's see. Yeah, that came out better. All right. Oh, Skookum. Hey, Skookum. All right. This is a video of, and again, if you just tune in, the Mandela Talk's already over for the night. This is the video I did messing around while using a vacuum cleaner with my golden doodle. Well, trying to act goofy with him the whole time.
So we're gonna have some fun with the vacuum cleaner. Hank doesn't like the vacuum cleaner at all. I won't turn it on. That's for his toilet. That's his chair.
Whoops. Tag on it. Sorry about that. All right, here's the video. That's one thing. That's Hank's chair. He doesn't like vacuum cleaners.
Gotta get your toy. I'm going to get your toy package. Better come and get it. Better come and get it before he gets vacuumed up. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Ah, I'm going to get you now. He's hiding from it now. Come here. Come here. Come here. There we go. We're going to get you in your vacuum cleaner. Go get you in your vacuum cleaner. Look. All right, that's enough messing with him.
Do you have any pain on your neck or shoulder right now? Yes, I do. Michelle says all sweet on the video. I didn't see that quite well. Cute video, Glenn. He's too cute. Yeah, he's crazy. Ashley says cute. Let me back up. Dark Wolf. Sword in a hand. You got me curious. What that means. What did you see? Oh, Poppy's in. Hi, Poppy. I didn't know you were in. I know Scoopins was in. What did you see? Before I started with the video? Skookum has been sleeping. I have to sleep sometime tonight. I do too, Poppy. All right. Who saw a sword? Read my comments up a bit. I did. QP, sweet. Yeah, QP. Noel is definitely gone. I found he's on his way across the ocean. Goddess is rewinding. Yeah, I do have pain right now. It's in my, try to cross my back with it too. Up high. On your left side, my right. This side or this side? Jousting injury. Here? My left. Here. On this side? I keep my hand there so you can say yes or no. Yes. If I had a better setup, you could see this easier too. Right here is a scar this long. Like that. Yeah. What's the scar from? I had a bad injury, sports injury that snapped, and I still got a torn labrum in my left shoulder, but it snapped my head all the way around, and I literally was straight down. I can still stretch okay to do this. I was down on the ground like that, and the shoulder rolled out the other way, and it snapped 3 vertebrae in my neck, and I had to have a decompression surgery where they come in and cut off part of the vertebrae to relieve the pressure. But I think some of our injuries and scars happen over and over in different time periods, because in this time period, who's going to hit me with a sword? Maybe somebody would, but another injury would have to happen to give me the same scars. Can't go back to the swimming. Ouch. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'd like to see what that is. But I've got I got part of vertebrae missing here. Looks like AS. And then on my right knee, I had surgery where I have twice. Now I have 20 to 25% of my kneecap removed. But I can still run almost as fast as I could when I was in high school. But I'm held together with screws and pins and wires and mesh and clips, and I set off metal detectors. Cool. And Goddess, I've told you before, your channel, I really like the Nirvana videos. I absolutely love Nirvana. I think I may have told you before too. Goddess, I know personally now the one of the original drummers, Chad Channing, and Chris Novoselic, and of course I just went and seen Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters. But and Tom Grant, if you know who Tom Grant is, I know Tom Grant. He was hired by Courtney Love to find Kurt before he died. I even got Chris Novoselic sent me their new CD, Giants in the Trees. That's Novoselic right there, and they all signed it. So I just thought you might like to say that, Goddess. Yeah, Poppy. Depending on where I go, setting off like their detectors or the walkthrough, I have to explain to them, well, it could be this setting it off, or it could be that, just, right. I don't know exactly, because I wasn't looking at the screen when you said you saw that, but when I started to come forward, the back up right across like this is where it felt. Just, like somebody did that. Thanks. Oh, Tom. He's a good guy. I don't know what I just did here. Oops. Tom. I helped him his own life stuff. Thanked in the Lake Washington. Oh, really? Oh, that is cool. Yeah. I want the opportunity to actually sit down and meet him in person, but we have talked back and forth before, because I've shared him some of my thoughts on Kurt. I know I'm chasing a rabbit, and I've posted some things that he's questioned about and stuff, and he is a very nice man. He's always a family person. He's got his grandkids or whatever, showing pictures of them, and yeah, I really like Tom. I just wish that a lot of people that you meet online or on different sites weren't so far away, that so you could actually spend a lot of time talking to them. But yeah, that's real cool. That is cool. The Lake Washington book. He knew right away that Courtney Love was lying to him. That's the thing. He knew right away. Smart man. Name dropper. Well, I did it for a reason. I was trying to let her know that you know, I have to go barefoot. You're like Frankenstein's. I am way behind. You're like Frankenstein. You win. Ha ha ha. I keep saying I'm more like Darth Vader. You know, when in the I think it was the second Star Wars movie when Ben was telling Luke about Darth Vader, and he said he's more machine than man. That is unbelievable. I have to leave. Too much buffering. Okay, bye, Michelle. I guess you're probably already gone. Now I'm reading this. Sorry, I missed it. I was typing. Gwen, yes, he is. We all talk about the granddaughters all the time. Wow. Do you live close to him out there? I wish you did too. People probably think seen stuff. Martha should be coming on. Yeah, I'm waiting for the notification, Pat. It should be any second. Yes, and this missed it. Yes, and his story has never changed. That's right. He's never changed that. Skookum just teasing. I know. I'm so glad that you've met Chad and Chris and Dave. I'd be jealous, but I'm not like that. Now, Chad Channing is on a friend of mine's CD. They recorded. That's how I met. That's how I've gotten to be friends with Chad. He's on a friend of mine's grunge punk CD, and also well, I call him the original drummer for Pearl Jam, Dave Abruzzi's. And yes, I'm name dropping again. I know him, and he's also on my friend's CD, and a super nice guy. Super nice guy. I've talked with him well enough to be online friends and acquaintances, but I wouldn't say very deep friendship. I had the same thing with John Frusciante, but he's got his own demons to chase, and I don't know where he's at. There's a parody of Darth Vader. You're in New Mexico, LA. I thought Tom moved from out there. I thought he was in Northern California or close to Washington. I'll have to check on that. I didn't think he was in LA. Any other geeks in the community? Adam Left Fence. I don't know what the glasses mean. I'm kind of a geek. Boy, I'm geeky, dude. LOL. I'm in love with Adam Driver. I don't know who that is. Before the 24, I was always buying collectibles, mostly pop vinyls. Wow, $1,400 for a pop vinyl. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, caught up. Yeah, he is a name dropper, isn't he? Don't really know names. I have no time to geek out. I have downloaded the movie Goddess that Courtney Love and Francis put out, the Montage of Heck movie. And I wish I hadn't downloaded that. I mean, I watched it because of the footage in it. I can't stand to hear that woman talk. "5 a.m. It's 12 a.m. here, Adam. Can't stand. I can't either. She practically admits in everything that they've ever recorded of her, and she did it. Talking about comic books, I'm always either wearing a comic book shirt or a movie T-shirt. And there is now a new Jurassic movie out. So I guess now there is 5 of them in total. Tilda Swinton, Adam Leffin's, wasn't she in the Narnia movies? Like my nemesis, never believed Kurt killed him. He didn't kill himself. The amount of heroin that hit his bloodstream, that was in his bloodstream, he would not have been able to put his stuff back, take a shotgun, lay it down, and pull the trigger. And besides, the recoil from a 12-gauge shotgun would have sent the shotgun through the room and, on the floor, past him. The shell that would have ejected out of it ejected to the wrong side of the body. There's a lot there I could go into. A big Kurt fan, so yeah, I could go into a lot. Oh, I didn't know they have Jurassic Park pops. They got Walking Dead pops. I love The Walking Dead and Fear of the Walking Dead. He wouldn't have been able to do it. I know what I want for my birthday. A pop. She was in Narnia films. Yeah, Adam, she was. I like the character too. He wouldn't have been able to do anything. No, he wouldn't have been able to do anything. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something we're going to see a change in, by the way, too, is look for something with Kurt Cobain to change, by the way. We see people come back from the dead all the time. Their death date changes. Keep your eyes on, if you're familiar with Kurt Cobain, keep your eyes on that. I think that will change. Tilda Swinton was also in Doctor Strange, wasn't she? Yeah, Goddess of Self with Kurt changes. Yeah, and I'm a big Oasis fan, and I've noticed the changes there, and I'm like, what in the world? So yeah, especially Liam Gallagher's eyes. Look at Liam Gallagher's eyes. Okay, Poppy. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Martha is on. Mom is on. So let's all switch over there. I'm just going to listen, as I always say, and make no comments, which I lie. But yeah, I'll see everybody there. Love you guys. Take care, and don't let the negativity get to you. Ignore it. Defeat everything with doing the unexpected. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. All right. Good night. No, Kurt was murdered. So obvious. Yes, Scootum, that's right. Stream hopping, yeah. It was his clothing. Good night, Q. See you there. Right, Scootum later. I'll see you at Martha's. Yes. Adam, if you don't care, maybe email me and tell me about the clothing. Glenn, you can play that song for everyone. It can be our song for all of us. Which song for all of us? You have to tell me which song it is. I forgot. Yay, Glenn. All right. Love you all. See you there. Looks like everybody's filtering out. Okay, Dark Wolf. I guess Dark Wolf's already gone too. Yeah, let me know what song. I don't know what. I can't. My mind's tired. And I'm going to go also figure out what's going on with this notification. So good night. See you guys there. Night, everybody.